Welcome back, everyone. It's Steve. A little different video today. I just got through doing some crying. Saw a post on Facebook, and we see them all the time, of animal abuse, and it got me. And sometimes I could be so busy I just brush through it and not look. And today I looked a little bit, and so I don't know how to even start this video, because I don't want to come from a point of being this vegan who's like, save the animals, because I've seen all of that. And at the same time, there is a reality that's going on. And it's hard for me to see and to take. You know, people post stuff. Someone made a quote today saying, to love animals is to love all animals, not just the ones who we live with. And I totally agree. That's an obvious. And so what's the deal? Why are people still doing meat? The taste. I guess it's the taste. Animal products, they taste really good. However, anybody who's given raw a chance and like really did it, and I'm not even talking the vegan cook thing, I'm talking like raw, and I'm not talking about gourmet raw, I'm talking about really eating natural foods in their natural state, as close to nature as possible. You get all of those things that animal products can give you. There is the strength, the whole protein myth has been shattered time and time again. If you haven't seen that, or you still think like we need meat for protein, or milk for strong bones, or anything like that, then you haven't been seeing the science and the data that is out. The strongest man in the world lifted the most, I believe it was a deadlift last year, as a vegan. So, you know, we need milk and meat to be strong. That's old school. That's old news, and it's not real. It's not real, because anybody who knows science knows that meat and the protein from meat we cannot even use at all, until they're broken down into amino acids. And so fruits and vegetables give us straight aminos. And then there's the whole thing about the animals. Yes, I mean, I know people who will pet a dog and love a dog and then will eat a chicken. And it's like, so they put the dog above the chicken for some reason. But they did that in their mind, and I get that. I totally get the rationalization and justification of eating animals. We don't need to do it. There's no, and the taste, some of you who might not know my whole story, do you know how much meat I've eaten? Do you know how much milk and I've had to drink, and cheese that I've eaten? I've had so much cheese I could probably swim in it if it was melted. You know, and so this is not coming from someone who's like always been a vegan and this and that. This is coming from somebody who was blessed, so fortunate and lucky to have found raw veganism. I mean, it's that right there. I could just feel the gratitude. It's just overwhelming. Like, how did I get so lucky? And so I'm sitting here doing these videos and posting on Facebook so you guys could be that lucky. You guys, there's some people out there who think it's a diet. Like there's like restriction, and like we got to count calories and watch what we eat. There's no diet here. This is a lifestyle about abundance. We get to have as much as we want because we get full at the exact time we're supposed to. Nature designed it that way. When we're eating natural foods in their natural state, they have this water, fiber, vitamins, minerals, all these names that science came up with that sometimes we can't even pronounce. Whatever these things are in there, they go to our stomach, send a signal to our brain saying, finished, enough. And when does that happen? At the perfect time. Nature hasn't made any mistakes, only man does, and we're sitting here trying to find out if this diet or this diet is the best thing to undo what has already been done. So, going back to nature will undo all of that. It'll start the process of detoxification. You'll start to detoxify on a physical level. You'll detoxify on an emotional level. And you'll detoxify all that mental clutter and chatter that's in your head. All of that stuff comes out. And then we're free. And I got so blessed and lucky to have found this freedom. But I'm also here on this planet to talk about the transition from eating everything upon everything and never satisfied to eating natural foods in their natural state and liking food more than I ever have in my life. I'm going to say it one more time. I like food now more than I ever have in my entire life. Ever. And I was eating hamburgers and hot dogs and pizzas and burritos, and the chili off the burger was dripping on my hands. It was so good, and licking. Oh my God, it was the end-all be-all. Now it's even more with raw food, and I feel awesome after I eat the meal. That's the big one right there. You know, during the meal, for those few minutes that we're in our addiction, and I totally think cooked food is an addiction. Yes, I believe that. I believe that most of the world is on cooked food, and most of the world is addicted to it. And you can find out if you're addicted to something if you are asked to stop, and you're having a hard time with it. I don't know what's so hard about eating natural foods in their natural state if it's done right. That's key. A lot of gourmet chefs out there are having all this fat and salt, and they're mocking cooked food, and I do a little bit of that too for entertainment and fun. But the real substance, the real stuff, is the natural food in their natural state without a dehydrator, without this powder that could be a spice or this or that. The real deal. Whole foods. That's what I like. Whole foods. Natural foods in their natural state. So, I am a vegan. And I don't know why that makes me emotional, but maybe because I just made that choice. And this choice is not only saying yes to the animals, it's saying yes to me. And I love veganism, and I love being raw, and I love the fact that animals, they gravitate toward me. People have said, I've heard it again and again, that animals, like these cats, are so like magnetized toward me. And it was right away. It wasn't like, they had to get used to me and get to know me. They immediately got attracted to me. And kids get attracted to me too. And both animals and kids, especially animals, they don't have the filters that adults have. And kids, they have less filter. The older they get, the more filters come. But naturally, they are attracted to me as I'm saying this. And this is because, one, I heard this as a funny thing that I read in one book, because they're not afraid I won't eat them. They know I won't eat them because I don't eat any kind of meat. But I love animals. I really like the fact that I do no harm to them. I have friends that are continually eating meat, and it's hard for me sometimes to see it. And at times I have to really work it and just say, okay, they're on their path. I didn't get here until I was over 40 years old. I'm 45 now. I didn't get the whole animal thing and the spiritual and the energy thing about the animals until I was 41. That's when I got it. And so people are going to get it when they get it. And I get that. And so I do my best to give people that dignity. And at times I might make a vegan comment here and there because I'm just like enraged, or I'll just see it and I'm just like, oh, are you kidding me? And sometimes it's easier for me just to like let it go and just let them be in their own process, because I'm evolving and I have a lot of growth to do. And while these cats are on top, love is on top of light, on top of pure energy. And love seems to be just licking light's butt for a minute. So anyway, whatever you can to add more fruits and vegetables. natural foods in their natural state will help you with your cravings for all that other stuff. And I'm not just talking milk and meat and any animal products, but all that processed stuff. You can do this for you. We can do this. We can have it all. I talk about in Whole Foods, sugar, salt, and fat being the 3 things that I look for in food. And that's how I do it. Sugar from fruit, salt from green leafy vegetables and seed vegetables, and fats from avocados, nuts, and seeds, stuff like that. When we start to incorporate more of those real sugar, salt, and fat in our life, the real stuff, we stop craving the fake stuff. And I highly believe in getting plenty of sugar, plenty of salt, and plenty of fat every day if it's in the right form. If it's in the right form. So with that, I love you all. This is a message from my heart. It's a message of veganism, to spread it. I have seen many people turn to veganism and they couldn't be happier. They couldn't be more free. I've seen other people become vegan and they're very angry and they cannot get it together and they just go back to their old ways because they weren't taught right on what to make. And this is why I do the classes at Whole Foods, and other teachers are doing this at Whole Foods and teaching people that it can be awesome to be raw and to be vegan and that we don't need that other stuff. Is there good things in meat? Yes. There are valuable properties in meat. We can get meat and our bodies can benefit from them on a certain level. There's also benefits from milk and cheese and tobacco and marijuana and alcohol. And we could pretty much find anything that's out there, somewhat, except totally processed stuff. But we could find something good about it that's good, and we could hang on to that argument and say, oh, we need this and this. But those who have studied and know their stuff know that it's not necessary, that we could get all the nutrients we need from fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds. Imagine that. Imagine if everything was available to us and we could have it. And we could have a life filled with pure energy. Is that possible? Very possible. And I encourage you all to get on that path and say yes to you, yes to life, yes to compassion, yes to love. Yes. Namaste, brothers and sisters. If you ever miss one.